Good morning, guys. My name is Dan. This is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you that support me over on the Patreon page, I completely appreciate that, especially during these times. Patreon is a way to subscribe to my videos and you get them a day early. There's also different readings over there that are only available on the Patreon page. If you go to patreon.com, look up Engelgeist 333, you can pick a subscription level and subscribe and see the videos early. It's a great way to support me in the channel, keep this content free for others also. What else? You can follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333. If you like these videos, you could share them out to your friends. Just hit the thumbs up button. That's a huge help. It lets algorithms know that you guys are liking the content that I'm producing. You could comment on the videos, ask questions, give suggestions. That's always greatly appreciated. And there in the video descriptions, there are links to the decks that I use. If you wanted one of these decks for yourself, please use my Amazon associate or affiliate link, and I get a small percentage of the sale from Amazon. It's another way to support the channel. Beyond that, let's get started. This is our energetic forecast for Monday, March 30th. It's not necessarily set for that day. For my regular viewers it is, but for those of you that may not be watching on the regular and this pops up in your feed, I do believe that this could be a timeless message that can be created as such. I believe that Spirit has a way of finding messages and working through others and through music and readings and videos and whatever. They find us, sometimes they can find their way to us at the right time. So if you see the date on this and you're like, oh, it's not March 30th, I don't want to see this, but it's in your autoplay, I would let it play and see if maybe there's something you can gain out of this. This is sort of like the message for the greater collective, for the highest good. So whenever you're ready for it is when it's supposed to find you, kind of thing. So keep that in mind, and let's see what's going on here for Monday the 30th. We had a fairly interesting weekly yesterday. Sundays is our weekly. You may want to go back and reference that. It not only kicks off the energy for the week on Sunday, but it also gives us the underpinning idea of how the week might roll out, and I build upon that with each daily forecast. So yesterday we had some interesting cards. It felt like it might be a bit of a tumultuous week, but we can always change that at any point in time when we decide to realign our focus with something different. And if we choose to do that as a collective, that can be powerful stuff. So let's see what the card is for today. Interesting, we've been getting a lot of cups energy lately, guys. It's funny to me that we get so many cups, a lot of emotions. So yesterday we had, I want to say that Seven of Swords, right? Which was the kickoff for Sunday and the beginning of the week. And here we have, with that seven energy, we have the Seven of Cups, which is, you know, that idea of maybe needing clarification, pausing, checking in with our emotions, checking in with our mental space. That was sort of the Seven of Swords energy from yesterday, coupled with this Seven of Cups. To me, when I'm looking at these cups, I love how they're all gathered around, and then there's this one cup here that has the moon in the center, which represents its intuition, right? And then we have all of these clouds around here, and even though we still have the stars sparkling around the outer edges, these clouds surrounding the cup say to me that there might be some uncertainty right now that we might be feeling emotionally today. And that's okay. I mean, like I've said in other previous readings, we're sort of facing unprecedented situations right now. We're facing times and scenarios that are, when you think about it, kind of out of the movies, really. Like, you know, sort of pandemic situations and things like that. These are things that we watch in Hollywood blockbusters. Well, we're living out that blockbuster and not knowing how we know, you know, how the hero's journey is going to end. And so that's kind of the feeling that I get from this card, is there might be some uncertainty, some cloudiness around how are we supposed to feel? What are we supposed to be thinking right now? Especially with that Seven of Swords energy from yesterday. It's like, what, which way do we go? What do we, you know, where do we put our attention? On what? How? And my suggestion is to get clear on what feels good. Like, and to me, I really feel like this situation, this whole global situation, is really forcing us to be in the most present space that we've ever been in as a planet at once, as a populace at once, right? We can't really plan for the future. And because we're so nervous about the future, we're not really having an easy time dwelling in the past and sort of reminiscing about the past. It kind of brings us right up into the now, right? And so a lot of us are uncomfortable here, I think, because it makes us feel sort of, this is not a place where we normally hang out, right? In the present moment. We normally hang out either dreaming about the future or worrying about the past as a general rule. Maybe not everybody, but the majority of us, right? So right now, I think that it's making us sort of sit with the uncertainty of our feelings, sit with the uncertainty of our thoughts. That's the Seven of Swords that we saw yesterday. Feeling like we might have a lot of different thoughts coming at us that are maybe scary or making us a little bit emotional. We did see that half heart that was being pierced by those swords and us trying to be strong during that. I do feel like this is a strong card in the sense that we need to stand tall in our emotions as best we can, but we also need to trust our intuition, right? This moon here keeps pulling my attention at the center of the card. So even though things may feel cloudy or unknown right now, that our intuition, allow it to be our guide, both like sort of emotionally and mentally if we can. Sometimes some of us have very strong minds and very strong thoughts and worries, fears, those sort of things. If we let those take over, it's probably going to get more clouded and get more confused and more emotional, and it's going to sort of compound. Excuse me, especially with these double sevens going on in the early part of the week. I feel like our thoughts could drive our emotions, and our emotions could drive us in one of two directions, either further into the fog or further into our intuition. And so we have to make that decision, right? And sometimes that decision is as simple as turning off the news and calming ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically, and reminding ourselves that right now in the present moment we are safe. We are okay, And we need to do that because that's part of that health stone that we saw on both Saturday, and then again for the sort of underpinning grounding stone of this week is about keeping our mental health around us, keeping our, not only our mental health, but our spiritual health, our physical health. We want to keep the focus on that so that we can stay as healthy as possible right now, because this is a stressful situation. These are stressful times. These are times that are requiring us, like I said, to live as much in the present moment as possible, but also they're requiring us to sort of move forward day by day, right? Which is not something that we normally do. We normally have an expectation of life and can sort of say, oh, well, I know that tomorrow's going to be like this, so I can daydream about what I want 6 months to be from now. And we don't know that. We don't have that luxury right now. I think that luxury is actually, we'll be able to come back to that luxury at a certain point, but the problem is we need to learn how to live in the present moment and get comfortable with that. And really it is truly the present moment is where we create from. We don't realize that, but how we're feeling, what we're thinking about, and where we're placing our attention in the present moment is where creation is coming from, right? So this is really it's a sad situation, but it's a great exercise for us to get conscious and aware of where we're at right now and utilize that sort of power to heal ourselves, right? Even if it's only at the individual level. But as we heal ourselves, we sort of send out that energy onto the planet, or that awareness out onto the planet. It sort of calms the planet, in at least our immediate environment, which has a ripple effect. Similar to how fear can. Fear can have the opposing ripple effect. So we want to be a different type of ripple effect. We want to operate from that intuition, from that ability to be in the present moment and to trust ourselves. Now, this next card is from the Universe Has Your Back deck, and let's see what the universe wants to say to us today. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Okay, so with this Seven of Cups and that Seven of Swords, and then this card here says to me that, and remember, that stone was health, right? I have it here on my desk, guys. It's right here from yesterday. This is like the underpinning theme of our week this week. All of the other grounding stones rest upon this grounding stone. With this focus of health, I love that this says the first two words out is true healing. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So some of us might need to delve deep into those into those feelings of what is it that we are feeling, right? That's this Seven of Cups going on, and kind of sort through them to offer ourselves that healing, so that that Seven of Swords doesn't really have to come into play, or doesn't come into play so hard, right? So our mind doesn't rally back and keep us like, oh God, don't feel that. You've got to stay controlled. You've got to stay on top of all of this. How the fuck are you supposed to stay on top of a global pandemic? You're not. You can only deal with your immediate present time environment and make sure that your health and well-being is taken care of. And getting as comfortable in your own skin and trusting yourself and your own capabilities, and that as the moment by moment happens, you will know what is best to do. Allowing sort of maybe your spirit to step through, your emotions to step through and guide you, right? And touching below, like giving yourself to feel these feelings, whatever lives below the triggers, brings us closer to our heart, which we were seeing a lot of heart imagery in last week's. We had that Six of Cups as the ending of last week's energy. So it's like, this is connecting us to our heart, to our fears, to our worries, but we need to clear some of those things away so that we can get back into that heart, to that compassion, to that state of security, and to feeling healthy and healing ourselves, so that we can move forward in a different way of living. I have to say that I think that what's happening to us in this situation is not, life is not going to be the same after this clears. We are going to have to approach each other and treat each other with different sets of rules or emotions. Like there's going to be more, hopefully from all of this, more compassion in the world, and more acceptance in the world, and love. And that is what I hope is the whole purpose of all of this suffering and fear right now. Now, the grounding stone for today is on malachite, which is a beautiful heart-centered, green stone. Green represents, green and pink are the colors of the heart chakra. This is inspiration, right? So what I think is, find inspiration where you can today, this Monday, whatever lights up your heart and makes you feel good, utilize it, ride it, take care and cultivate it. Find inspiration, inspiring things that help you to feel positive minded, that shift your energy and raise your vibration, that keep you in a state of feeling good, that this too, it may take some time, but it shall pass, right? We want to heal ourselves. We want to concentrate on ourselves and gaining sort of the clarity and the healing that we need, so that we're prepared for this sort of new, I don't want to call it a new world order, but I really sort of feel like there's this new dawning that's going to come out of this, that hopefully is more suited to what we need as a planet. And it just took this to wake us up. Because a lot of us weren't willing to wake up. We had gotten complacent and comfortable. Myself included, guys. So anyways, that is your forecast for Monday the 20th. I hope that makes sense. Find what inspires you today, or be an inspiration to others if you can. I know that we're not still social distancing, so that's fine. But maybe get on the phone to somebody, or share your thoughts on Facebook. But make sure that they're inspiring, that they're positive. Tell somebody that you love them. Tell somebody that they're safe today. And go out and not go out into the world, but put yourself out into the world from that heart-centered, inspiring place, because I think that's what the world needs right now. Allow your intuition to be the guide, and we're going to get through this, I promise. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. Support my Patreon page if you feel so inclined. You can also contact me for a private reading if you'd like. I'm available for those over the phone. They're payable via PayPal. You just need to message my business page. Please give my business page a like. Give it a follow. And tune in. Same with the YouTube page. subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. All right, you guys, have a great day and go out and enjoy your day and feel good, be an inspiration, and seek out that healing that is the theme this week. All right, love you. Bye-bye.